DNA, what up? What's poppin'? What's going on?
Chilling, man. Summer Madness 13 going down August 27th, Houston,
Yeah.
Texas. Now, I mean,
Yes.
for the people that was there when I battled JC at Gnome 8, Gnome 9, let them know that this is not going down at the Bayou Center. This is going back at the original Warehouse Live. Correct.
Yeah, we got the warehouse live. We brought it back to original, house of Houston. You know what I'm saying? When we first went out to Houston, you know what I'm saying? We trying to bring that real that feel back, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to Summer Madness, you know what I'm saying? We haven't been in Houston for a minute. So, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to switch it up a little bit, you know what I mean, and go back to the original venue where we first went to Houston at, you know what I'm saying, when we bought, you know what I'm saying, Summer Madness out there first time, you know what I mean? So love, man. It's feeling like Summer Madness again. You know what I mean? Word.
Nah, for sure, for sure. It's feeling like Summer Madness. So my first thing, right? Cause you tweeted. Well, first of all, let's get into that, right? Cause it's they clone Tyrone. Shout out to Jamie Foxx. You know what I mean? Recovering from his health issues. But a lot of people felt like Jamie Foxx was cloned. And then when you started going on your tweeting rant, it started on Threads, then it led to Twitter. Everybody was like, "Yo, this ain't smack, man. This is a clone." Was that really you putting out them tweets, and why? Like, what
Yeah,
made
no,
you just
that was definitely me, man. That
okay?
was definitely me, man. You know what I'm saying? Once in a while, you know what I mean? I come out, I don't really be on Twitter too much, you know what I mean? But once in a while, like, you know what I mean, I'm always looking, I'm always browsing. So, you know what I mean, sometimes I feel like, you know what I mean, it's necessary for me to respond to certain things. And I just wanted to, like, you know what I mean, just basically let the coach know how I'm feeling. You know what I mean? What's going on in my mind? What's my temperature like nowadays and shit like that. So, you know what I mean? I definitely be on my threads. I'll be on my Twitter. And you know what I mean? It's all love. You know what I mean? Or
Okay. We gonna go back into to more of that because you put out another tweet about Summer Madness, and we gonna jump into that. But the number one question right now, you know what I mean? It wouldn't be me if I didn't ask, right? Murda Mook did a live with King Los, and he said him and Brizz Rawsteen is locked in, and they got the culture on fire because everybody's trying to figure out where's this battle happening at. Is that a battle that's, you know what I mean, happening on URL?
oh man, I don't even know. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would like for it to happen on URL, of course, you know what I'm saying? But like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. You know, I'm excited for what, you know what I mean, is coming from the URL, you know what I mean, for the rest of the year. That's all I could say right now, but it's turn up time. Like, you know what I mean? It's turn up season, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely turn up season.
Okay.
Um, yeah, just stay tuned for developments and details. You know what I mean?
All right, all
Well,
right, all right. I'll leave it at that because that battle right there, that's a legacy battle, man. That's a battle. A lot of people, you know
There's
what
a
I mean,
lot of
say they
history
want. Yeah.
behind those two individuals, you know what I'm saying? Just basically Brizz's absence in the culture. Like
Mm.
I'm looking forward to, like, seeing Brizz come back, you know what I mean? Me just being a fan of Brizz himself and being a fan of the culture. I feel like his presence is greatly missed. And, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I just can't wait for, you know what I mean, the return of Brizz at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Nah, for sure. Like I want to see Mook and Brizz go at it because I think that's such a dope matchup with history. But then I want that to happen because I feel like once we get that battle with Brizz, we can get all the other ones we want to see. You know what I mean? Like Brizz and Geechee,
Yeah,
Brizz and Twerk, Brizz and
yeah.
Shine. Like it's a lot of other Brizz battles that, you know what I mean, I want to see. So I feel like after the Mook one, then we get the, you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I feel the same, man. I think, you know what I mean, he's just basically taking his time, one thing with Briz is, like, you know what I'm saying, he's very calculated. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? He's very strategic in his planning, and I mean, and that's what you got to do in this culture to really, like, you know what I'm saying, separate yourself from, you know what I mean, everybody else, man. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, or every move count and every move got to be calculated. So, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like he's just one of those individuals, and he's just basically, like, just strategically planning, you know what I mean, his moves and shit, you know?
Got you. My next question for you is do you feel like this year being 2023, you know what I mean, URL's put on classic events since the beginning of, you know what I mean, this new era of battle rap, which I'll say started in 2009. But I feel like this year the energy is like you know what I mean, a lot of people are saying that they're unsatisfied with URL. Do you feel like that is warranted, or do you feel like it's just, you know what I mean, going through the motions of when you've been at the top so long that now, you know what
I
I mean,
mean,
it's expected?
depends when they talk about dissatisfied, like in what regards? You
Um,
understand what I'm saying? Like what regards are they dissatisfied? Because I feel like, you know what I mean, you know, we the only ones really like, you know, really shaking out here, like, you know what I'm saying, consistently. Consistently, like, you know what I mean? I feel like, you know what I mean, we're like, you know, putting in, you know what I'm saying, the most work back to back to back to back events. And, you know, I mean, like in what regards?
No, I'm just saying, like, in terms of, like, you know, I would say, like, you know, it's always because to me I look at this like basketball, boxing, wrestling, like it's always trades and moves being made. But this year you would feel like a lot of people just, you know, gripes like, oh, yo, URL is not giving us the battles we want, or such and such is you know what I mean, saying this is not going right, you know what I mean, like it's just like, you feel me, like I feel like it was a year when it was just like, let's hate DNA battles too much, DNA's boring, DNA. I just feel like this year that's what they trying to, you know what I mean, with URL you just see
That's the
everybody.
narrative that they trying to paint.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
so
like,
I'm
you know
saying,
what I mean? They
yeah,
gotta understand, like, you know what I mean? You know, we like, you know, damn near 14, 15 years in, you know what I'm saying? Consistently, you know what I mean? Basically putting in battle back to back, putting in events back to
yeah,
back. So you know, you know, there's only so much that we could, you know what I'm saying, possibly do. Like, you know what I mean? We
okay,
trying to keep everything consistent and, you know, fresh for, like, you know what I'm saying, the culture, you know. And then the battles that they probably want to happen, it's like just, you got to understand, like, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot that goes into putting these battles together. Like, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of different parties involved in, you know what I mean, making these battles happen. And it's just like, you know, it take two to tangle.
yeah,
You feel me? You know, so like, you know, it's a lot of politics, but like, you know, I feel like we doing a good job of, like, you know, putting, you know, dope battles together, and, you know, trying to keep the culture, you know what I'm saying, fresh and revived and exciting as much as possible. So, you know, I work hard, me and my team work hard, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, putting on for the culture. So it's just like, you know, I don't know. I just don't feel like, you know what I'm saying, you know, we're slacking in any type of way, shape, or form when it comes to this, you know.
yeah.
That's just my personal you know, perspective from my position, you know.
Nah, for sure. That first question was like, I'm saying the supporters and the fans of the culture. What do you say to the battle, like to or the battlers that, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to go to individual situations because I feel like every individual situation is different. But just overall, in terms of like contracts or agreements being fulfilled, is everybody's contract different? Like, you know what I mean? Like what? Because you know what I mean. This year, you would say like you probably had like 4 or 5 people that had issues with their contracts or how things was being operated. So what do you say to people that you know what I mean, want to know those answers?
I mean, you know, yeah, everybody got, you know what I mean, everybody business is different. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, basically, you know, we try to fulfill our agreements, you know what I mean, of what, you know what I mean, we sign on with, you know what I mean, the people and the artists that we do business with. And you know, we live up to our end, and we expect, you know, the artists to live up to their end too as well. So,
Okay.
you know, it's just like any other business. Like, you know what I mean? There's gonna be discrepancies, there's gonna be, you know, disagreements and shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? But like I just feel like, you know, just me not being vocal. And that's why I started to jump back and going back to your Twitter, like, you know what I'm saying? Just us not really being vocal is like, you know, artists, you know what I mean, will go voice, you know what I mean, their opinion or their side of the situation on social media. And then, like, you know, we got like a SOP, really a standard operation procedure where, like, I don't really respond to, like, you know, artists, you know, that goes on social media because, you know what I'm saying, I feel like, you know what I mean, we handle our business behind closed doors, you know. And it's just like, now that, you know, the fans and the culture will hear artists actually speak, you know what I mean, their side of a story, and they don't really hear from, you know what I mean, the organization side. it becomes like, you know what I'm saying, a narrative that is painted from the artist's perspective. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which it's like, you know, it's kind of crazy because, you know what I'm saying, everybody start believing the shit that they hear and not really not knowing, you know, 100% of the details that goes on and that's involved in each and every particular situation.
No, no, for sure, for sure, for sure. Okay, fix the hardcore. All right, yeah, no, no, no. I definitely understand that.